Life has a way of testing every one of us. No matter how strong, intelligent, or successful you are, there will be moments of disappointment, loss, betrayal, failure, and pain. Many people spend their lives trying to avoid suffering, but Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, understood a deeper truth. Pain is unavoidable, but unnecessary suffering is optional. The difference lies in how we respond to life's challenges. Marcus Aurelius faced wars, political conflicts, personal tragedies, and immense responsibility, yet he remained calm and composed. His philosophy teaches us a timeless lesson. When life hurts, care less about the things you cannot control and focus on mastering your mind. One of Marcus Aurelius's most powerful teachings is that events themselves do not disturb us. It is our judgment about those events that creates suffering. Imagine two people facing the same setback. One becomes overwhelmed, angry, and bitter. The other remains calm and adapts. The event is the same, but the interpretation is different. Marcus believed that our thoughts shape our emotional experience. If you learn to control your interpretation of events, you gain control over your emotions. This doesn't mean ignoring pain. It means refusing to let pain dominate your life. Many people suffer because they constantly ask, "Why is this happening to me?" They see challenges as unfair punishments. Marcus Aurelius encouraged a different perspective. Instead of asking why something happened, ask how you can respond wisely. Every obstacle contains an opportunity for growth. Every difficulty tests your character. Every setback teaches a lesson. The strongest people are not those who avoid hardship, but those who use hardship to become stronger. Another important lesson from Marcus Aurelius is understanding the difference between what you can control and what you cannot. Most anxiety comes from focusing on things outside our control. We worry about other people's opinions, future events, economic conditions, and countless uncertainties. Marcus taught that peace comes from directing attention toward what is within your control: your thoughts, actions, choices, and attitude. The more energy you spend trying to control the uncontrollable, the more frustrated you become. One of the reasons life hurts so much is because we become attached to outcomes. We expect relationships to last forever. We expect success to arrive exactly when we want it. We expect people to behave according to our expectations. When reality fails to match those expectations, disappointment follows. Marcus Aurelius practiced detachment. He understood that everything in life is temporary. People change, circumstances change, success comes and goes. By accepting impermanence, you reduce the emotional impact of loss and disappointment. Marcus also believed that much of our suffering comes from caring too much about what others think. People spend years trying to impress strangers, gain approval, and avoid criticism. But Marcus understood that opinions are fleeting and often meaningless. Someone who criticizes you today may praise you tomorrow. Someone who admires you today may forget you next year. If your self-worth depends on external validation, you will always be vulnerable. True confidence comes from living according to your values rather than seeking approval from others. Another powerful Stoic principle is the practice of acceptance. Many people waste enormous amounts of energy resisting reality. They replay painful events in their minds, wishing things had happened differently. They fight against circumstances that cannot be changed. Marcus Aurelius taught that acceptance is not weakness, it is wisdom. The moment you accept reality, you stop fighting a battle you can never win. Acceptance allows you to focus on solutions instead of complaints. One of Marcus Aurelius's most famous ideas is that life is incredibly short. We often live as though we have unlimited time. We hold grudges for years. We worry endlessly about trivial problems. We postpone happiness until some future moment. Marcus constantly reminded himself of mortality, not to create fear, but to create perspective. When you remember that life is temporary, many of your worries lose their significance. The argument that seemed important yesterday becomes meaningless. The criticism that hurt you becomes irrelevant. You begin focusing on what truly matters. Marcus also understood the importance of emotional discipline. When life hurts, the natural reaction is anger, frustration, or self-pity. But emotions can become dangerous when they control your decisions. Marcus trained himself to pause before reacting. He understood that emotions are temporary visitors. They come and go. Wise people acknowledge their emotions without allowing them to dictate their actions. Emotional discipline creates stability during difficult times. Another lesson from Marcus Aurelius is that difficult people are part of life. Every day, you will encounter selfish, dishonest, rude, and negative individuals. Many people allow these encounters to ruin their peace. Marcus advised preparing for this reality in advance. Expect people to disappoint you occasionally. Expect imperfections. When you stop expecting everyone to behave perfectly, their actions lose much of their power over you. You become less reactive and more understanding. Marcus also believed that adversity reveals character. Anyone can remain calm when life is easy. Anyone can be positive when everything goes according to plan. The true test of character occurs during hardship. Challenges reveal your habits, beliefs, and level of self-control. Instead of viewing difficulties as enemies, Marcus saw them as opportunities to practice courage, patience, and resilience. Every challenge became training for the mind. As you apply these principles, something remarkable begins to happen. Painful events still occur, but they affect you less. Criticism loses its power. Failure becomes a lesson instead of a catastrophe. Rejection becomes redirection. You stop seeing yourself as a victim of circumstances and begin seeing yourself as the master of your responses. This is the essence of Stoic philosophy. At the end of the day, Marcus Aurelius wasn't teaching people to become cold or emotionless. He was teaching them to become free. Free from unnecessary suffering. Free from emotional dependence on circumstances. Free from the endless need for approval and control. He understood that life will always contain pain, uncertainty, and loss. But he also understood that peace is possible when you stop resisting reality and start mastering your mind. When life hurts, care less about what you cannot control. Care less about opinions, outcomes, and temporary setbacks. Focus instead on your character, your actions, and your mindset. Because the greatest power you will ever possess is not the ability to control the world around you. It is the ability to control yourself. And once you learn that lesson, life's difficulties no longer break you. They strengthen you. Just as Marcus Aurelius taught nearly 2,000 years ago, the obstacle becomes the way, and suffering becomes the path to wisdom.